Is PC gaming becoming more expensive in 2022? I think there's a number of reasons to this, and today we're going to discuss a few. And I also would like your guys' opinion and where you think the market is going, when you started gaming, and what you feel about the current market conditions in the PC world. In order to start this conversation, you probably want to know a little bit about me. I'm 37 years old and have been a gamer pretty much my whole life, starting from the original Mario and going in through all of the systems, playing Game Boy to Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64 to Wii to Sega to Dreamcast, and then eventually getting into PC. Uh, some of the PC was some of my greatest memories as a kid, playing StarCraft, Warcraft, Command and Conquer, Red Alert, Counter Strike 1.4, 1.5, when it was first released. Super great times. And I always remember, PCs and going to LAN parties and stuff with friends and other people who are, really great communities, in the PC world. I do think the community is great. But I'm kind of curious to know what you guys think of the market and how it's going and shaping up in the current conditions and where you think it's headed. Because I personally don't think it's in a very good spot. I know a lot of people are saying it's never been a better time to build a PC, but um, I have some reservations in saying that, and I wanted to see what you guys think. But one of the things going on right now is it seems like generation over generation from Intel, AMD, and Nvidia, prices seem to be increasing. And I get inflation and I get supply chain language, from the pandemic, but the price seems to be increasing and increasing more and more. Now, why is that? Is that because of, increase in technology becomes more expensive over time? Is it because simply we haven't come out of the supply chain? We're still having chain issues. But I want to say that this was happening before the pandemic as well. It just wasn't as obvious or blatant as it is now from the pandemic. I think the pandemic kind of brought people a light to be able to see things more clearly or more obviously, I guess is a better way to describe it. So some of the things I think is I want to know, why is the generation over generation going as high as it is? I know that it will increase a little bit, but I feel like it's gotten really bad from, say, a 3080 from NVIDIA costing $700 to now the 4080 being released this week and being $1,200. That I'm not understanding. Is it really $500 more to create that? I don't get it. Ultimately, another thing is the recession. So is it here or is it coming? Do you guys think there's a recession happening? Are people choosing to spend their money on tech versus other things in their life? Is tech becoming more of a thing where people have more FOMO, which is fear of missing out, of they need the latest phone, the latest graphics card, the latest monitor, like the latest mouse and stuff? I just don't get it. Are things getting back to normal after the pandemic or not? I get people saying supply chain issues, but I think supply chain issues should be improving by now. It doesn't seem like they are. What do you guys think? I think ultimately it comes down to what type of person you are. So, are you the kind of person that has to have the best of the best, and money doesn't matter to you? Or are you a person that price of performance actually matters, where you want to get the best performance for the amount of money you spend, and maybe you're particularly on a budget, and that works for you? I'm kind of curious to know how many people are in the have to have the best of the best just to have it, versus the people who actually care about the money that they spend and want, the best performance for the lowest cost. That's kind of where I'm at, and I'd like to know that a little bit more from you guys all. Ultimately, I feel like the tiers of gamers kind of fall into, the budget gamers, the middle class gamers, the value, and then you have the enthusiast gamers, right? I kind of feel like the middle class gamers are being squeezed out, right? It's just easier to show, to try and push consumers into buying the biggest, flagship products these days and not waiting. Nobody wants to wait. Now, I get marketing is important, but why is it that You know, do people feel like the middle class of gamers are just falling out? Because it doesn't seem like, people care about the middle of the spectrum anymore. It's more high end and then low end. And I don't see a lot of people in the middle or talking about it a lot. And the reason why I ask these questions is I want to get to know fellow PC gamers. I want to know what you all think, what you guys think is acceptable or not. And do you vote with your wallet? Or do you just follow what everybody else does? It seems like in 2023, it shaping up for a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting releases tech-wise. I'm curious to know if you guys think that you're happy where the market is going, or if you're just absolutely fed up and you're just, it is what it is at this point, or are people, excited to get back and doing other things instead of just sitting inside playing games all day. And I do think there's value to both, right? I think there's balance, but I'm just curious what you guys think. Anyway, just wanted you guys to check that out, and thanks you very much for considering clicking on my video. And if you guys like, comment and subscribe, and have a good day.